Hello YouTube and happy new year. It's 2026. We've all made it into the new year. I hope everyone had a great Christmas and a great New Year's celebrations. But alas, it is a new year and there's new projects on the horizon. Today, me and Ella are actually on our way to go view a new car. Now, this car is gonna be risky if I go for it. It really is. We're gonna be taking a massive risk on this. We're basically on our way to view it now. It's about an hour and a half away from where we live down in Little Worthing. We've got to drive all the way there to go view it. Now, out of respect for the owner of the car, I can't really get many videos and stuff. We're gonna go view the car, go have a look, see what it's saying. It is not drivable, if that gives you a hint. I can't drive it away. It's sawn off the road at the minute. The car is also not going to be for me. It may be for someone else. So keep tuned. We're going to head down there now, go check this car out, and I'll catch up with you guys in a bit, see what the verdict is.
Now, if you haven't already and you want to get a bit more insight into my life, then you may as well follow me on Instagram. I'm going to put it on the screen now. It's harry.roberts.1. You'll get to see everything I do before these videos drop.
We have arrived at the seller's address and we've driven down to Bexhill, and on the sign it actually said the birthplace of British motor racing. So I think we're on to a good sign, people. I think we're on to a good sign, but we've arrived. Like I said, I'm not going to film much with the interaction with the seller. I don't think they're probably going to want to be on the internet, and it's a bit awkward trying to ask. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go take a look at the car. We think it needs a jump start. I might try and get some footage if I can, but if not, I'll catch up with you guys after with the verdict of whether we're going to buy it or not, and try and organise a trailer to come down and collect it. So catch up with you guys in a minute. Huh? That's me.
It's not on there straight.
Yeah, I know. I drove it on. Yeah, go on.
You want to go left hand down a little bit? Yeah, go on, throw it back. Left hand down. Now we've got to push it. We all need to give a massive round of applause to JL Automotive Logistics, if they have really sorted me out for this build. So big up those guys. If you guys need any services down south, I'm going to put their Instagram on the screen here.
Right, so if you saw last night, you probably would have had a pretty good hint at what I've bought, but yeah. We bought Mark II TT. Call me Matt Armstrong, call me whatever you want, but I have got Mark II Audi TT. It's the 2 litre FSI, TFSI engine, BWA, same as like Mark V Golf GTIs and all things like that, which is, I've been told, very good engine. It's a good platform. I'll give you a quick little tour around her quick. So it's not in bad nick, it's all right. It's on 142,000 miles. It's got red leather interior, which is a little bit Marmite, but in person, it's actually a lot nicer. The camera shows it as really bright, but it's not. It's actually a lot darker in person. The interior is actually really nice. It's quite modern. It's not very dated for the year. It's got heated seats. It's all pretty good. It's all pretty good. The problem with this, it's the electric steering rack has gone down. Now, it has definitely failed. I've driven it, I've tried it, it's gone. It's perished, it's in the bin. Steering rack left the chat a long time ago. So that is the job. Now, I bought it for £700 with needing a new electric steering rack. So the plan is, all being well, get this on the road for about £1,000 or so, hopefully. Steering racks aren't that expensive, second hand. I found a couple for about 100 quid, 150 quid. But what we're gonna do, it needs a new battery because the battery's absolutely gone in the bin. So we're gonna chuck a new battery in it now. I've got a friend over that's just gonna check it, make sure everything's sweet as a nut, make sure it's definitely not a home blown head gasket or anything like that. Make sure it's all good, and go from there and see how we get on with it. So we've got to do a battery, and the battery's in the boot on these. Now, to open the boot, there is this little button here. You press that, but it's electric, and we've got no electrics. So there's only one way to open the boot, and that is by crawling in and pulling the little electrical emergency switch. So let's see if I can get in there. So this is where the battery is. It's in there. I can't open the boot because there's nothing to open it. So I might just change the battery in here like this. I think that might be the plan. I might just crawl in and change the battery in here because I can't open the boot. That's probably my best bet. Let's do that. So luckily, my friend Jack said if you pop, there's a little trim piece there, pop out of a screwdriver, little pull cord, pull that, it pops, it opens. So now we can get this battery changed. So let's crack on. All the fuse plates and stuff, so I've just got to get this big wire terminal off. Hopefully just pop off like that. Oh, it's got a plate, look, you see down there, right at the bottom down there, you got to undo that, it holds the battery down. Hopefully it's only got one little plate. Yeah, I think it does. What's that? It's probably a 12mm. Let's get a 12mm quick. Is it not a 12? It's a 13.
The world's longest extension. To loosen up. Metal pedals from GTI as well.
Right, we're ready.
You've got cruise control. Oh.
Should be able to retrofit really. The thing in the way.
There you are.
In the bin. Throw that one. Right. That off. Going in, going in, going in. We're in, mate.
Nice.
Right, you ready?
Coming to life.
Oh, the light going on.
Window just dipped.
New batteries in. Ta-da! Now I'm going to start it and see if loads of things fix itself. One thing that was happening when we were starting it last night when we were jump starting it, is that the coolant fans were on full and it wasn't reading the coolant temperature, which really, if the car battery health was fine, that would normally indicate coolant temperature sensor's gone down. It's only a 20 quid fix if it is, but also it could just be where the battery is low voltage, car engine's gone into safe mode, kicks the fans on. So we're going to start it up and see what happens.
What's that happy about?
Service.
Oh.
Passenger airbag.
Battery.
On. Oh. Rear left turn signal. Ah! Turn down.
That's your AC fans, that's like a cool thing.
It's on. Let's have a look. So the coolant fans haven't come on. They were coming on straight away last time with full whack, and they're not now with a new battery. So the battery theory, hopefully is correct. I'm just going to quickly test. So like I said, the steering, the electric steering is the main problem with this car. Electric though. If this battery died, the last owner's, or was on the way out, potentially, theory being, that could have caused the electric power steering to have a freak because it's electric, it's not getting enough power. So I'm going to quickly test the steering and see if it's still making the same problem, because before you would know if the steering was gone. So let's have a little test.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that theory definitely isn't right. The electric power steering is definitely gone.
It's just like
Yeah.
catching the rack and not actually spinning.
Can you do your best impression of what it sounds like? Go on, and again. Yeah, power steering rack is, electric steering rack's definitely in the bin, but I'm just going to check everything else in the engine. I have got my lovely friend Jack. He's got VAGCOM, BCDS and all things like that. To just check all the modules, check everything, make sure everything's sweet. As far as everything else, the engine-wise, hopefully all being well, seems pretty good. So yeah.
if you rate the Audi TT, then please smash that subscribe button. We've obviously got a big build in our hands, and I need the support from all you guys to help me get through this. So if you are enjoying this video and you think this is a good idea, then please smack that subscribe button.
So this is my lovely friend Jack, who's come down with his lovely computer with some amazing software on it. He's going to just plug it in, and we're going to have a look. And we're just going to check all the modules, check everything's running as it should, because that's the best thing to do, really. Hopefully, if there is any underlying problems that we don't know about, this will flag it. But we can also, if there's any stored codes, which there probably will be due to the low voltage of the battery, we can clear all that out. And then go from there as well. So far, so good, guys. We're kind of just checking around the car. It just looks like it's been sat for a long time. The last owner said it has been sat since June or July in summer, so it's been about 6 or 7 months of just in a garage doing nothing. I mean, all the brake discs and the wheels are minging. There's moss growing out of it. There's a little bit of rust around the arches that can get touched over. It just needs a proper good scrub down. So after we've done all these checks, I think the next thing, just give it a proper clean, and then start ordering parts. Right, so it's done the test. What's the verdict, Jack?
We've got quite a few that we knew, like, because it was electric. I think a lot of these will be electric based.
Yeah.
So turbocharger bypass valve control circuit, malfunction open circuit. I think that's the diverter valve.
Okay.
Wiring. EVAP incorrect flow. EVAP on these are very sensitive.
Okay.
If you fill up the fuel tank past the first click, they will put the engine light on.
Really?
Yeah.
Blimey.
I did also notice that one of your EVAP lines has a like Halford's Jubilee light clip on it.
So someone's been there before, potentially.
Right. ABS, voltage, intermittent ESP sensor unit, intermittent defective, steering angle sensor that can supply voltage. Got no AC gas in it. Yeah, electric fault in rear left turn signal.
Do you want to put the hazards on? Rear left?
Rear left.
No, that works. I think I know the wing mirror one doesn't work. I saw that last night, so that's probably what that is. The rear ones work though.
High voltage, lower limit exceeded, function limitation due to under voltage, drive battery voltage.
So it's all just battery stuff, really. So most of the codes that have been stored really are just battery stuff, obviously where it's got low voltage, so hopefully they'll clear out. So what will you do now? You're going to clear these and then see what's left
I'll clear them
with?
and see what immediately comes back.
What immediately
so
comes
many
back?
These, you know,
They're just
function
voltage.
limitation due to under voltage,
Yeah.
supply voltage low,
Yeah.
what have we got here? Supply voltage lower limit exceeded.
Yeah, it's all just battery stuff really, isn't it? So what we'll do, we'll get this, Jack's going to clear it all off, so we're starting on a clean slate. And then if codes come back from there, then that's where we're starting from. So you've basically got to wipe off from before, clean slate, see what comes back. Hopefully it's not too much stuff and it's all right.
On again.
So we've cleared it and we're back on. So what have we got?
Sensor for steering angle.
Okay. I mean, if it is, imagine it's just the steering angle sensor that's causing all that. But I highly doubt it, because you can hear, it's the mechanical sound
So you
of
said
it.
that to me sounds like the rack and pinion, like where they're meant to like lock together.
Yeah.
Something's just catching the pinion.
Yeah,
and not
it does sound more mechanical, doesn't it? And like you were saying, if the rack is out of line with the angle anyway, then it most likely is the rack. But I'm going to keep praying it's something quicker and easier. But you know, what I was thinking, I spoke to someone before I bought this car, and obviously this is pretty much the same as a Mark 5 Golf GTI. It's the same thing, same stuff. What's really common on them Golfs is the steering lock. Now, I was thinking, oh my god, maybe this person's steering lock's gone and the steering wheel doesn't move, and they're selling it thinking, oh, this steering rack's broken, it doesn't steer. And that's a 20 quid fix, but it's not. It wasn't that, unfortunately. That was what I was praying for before we bought it.
It might be a 20 quid fix, but it'll also be a 20-hour fix.
Yeah, 20 hours. 20 quid, but 20
There
hours.
are security bolts on that where when you
The shear bolts, and you do them, they shear off. Yeah, you don't want to be messing around with that. But is there anything else coming back?
Right, so what's come back? It's just finished. I think, to be honest.
Is that it, really? So it's not much. It's not much at all, is it?
Nothing that I wouldn't expect on a car that's been sat this long, and also it's a TFSR and 142,000 miles.
So
It's not
really,
perfect.
it's not actually that bad, is it? We might be onto a little golden nugget. What I am going to check is the coolant temp, because last night when we were running it up, the coolant temp sensor, like I said, the fans were on and it wasn't working. So I'm just going to have a look. Oh, is it running up?
Coolant temp is 60 degrees Celsius.
Is it coming? Oh, look, and it's going up on the dash there. So we're laughing, boys. So I think really, there's only a couple of little bits and bobs. I think step one really then, let's get a rack on order. What do you reckon? Let's get a steering rack on order. So we've been running the engine up, just trying to get its temperature, because obviously you want to get its temperature, check everything when it's warm. Jack on live data has been checking everything. The stretch on the cam chain seems to be absolutely mint, which is very good. So do not want to be doing that job. There was suspicion of head gasket because it's very milky under the oil cap, but with it being this time of year and the car's sat, there is going to be you can see my breath. Condensation is going to occur. This car also hasn't been driven. A lot of the time, like Jack said, it needs the old Italian tune. Go drive it, thrash the balls off it to really clear everything out. There's no other signs of head gasket failure at all. The coolant's fine. It just looks really tidy, but everything else seems fine. It took a while to get up to temperature, but maybe it was when the thermostat was getting a bit stuck, because this thing probably hasn't run or got to temperature in about 6 months. So I think the thermostat was just struggling a little bit. But apart from that, I've just been trying out all the interior buttons and electronics. Everything seems to be working well. There's one thing I have noticed is glove box is a little bit sad because the bracket down there's broken. But yeah, it definitely needs a big clean. I think the next thing is clean it up. The interior needs a proper wipe down. There's a little bit, it's pretty grim really. It looks like the last owner didn't really bother to clean it before they sold it. But yeah, there's one thing that I think Jack's probably about to say that I have seen, is that the rear end is quite rusty underneath. But I don't think it's awful. I thought I saw a hole on one of the rear arms last night, but it's not, it's just the design of it. It is quite rusty at the rear end. I'm gonna put a wire brush to it when I get it up in the air and hope and pray it's not too bad. But the rear beam on this is quite crusty, which is the one letdown for the car. But
there's no rear beam on this.
There's no rear beam. Is it independent suspension? Independent rear suspension.
We've got trailing arms, camber arms.
Yeah, they're all quite crusty, aren't they?
Yes.
They are very crusty. So we will, when I get it up on the ramp, because we are going to do a ramp for this job. I'm not doing it here, as you've seen in all my other videos. I am going to luckily get a ramp to do this. All being well, fingers crossed. I'm going to rent a ramp to do the steering rack. So when it's up in the air, we can all laugh at how rusty it is underneath. But I'm going to put a wire brush to it and probably try and underseal it while we're there. But so far, ladies and gentlemen, so good. The last thing we are going to do before we end off this video though, we are going to give this a massive clean because it is filthy. So insert cleaning time lapse now. There are quite a few other little bits and bobs on the Audi to be getting on with. We're starting off with the first one, which is going to be definitely a bodge, but it should be fine. Yeah, let's get out there and I'll show you what the first problem we need to fix on the Audi is. Here she is in all her glory, the new Audi TT. She does look like she's sitting quite low at the rear. I think it's because it's parked on a bit of a slope, and the rear springs definitely might need looking at as well anyway. If you did watch the last video, I got this for £700 because there is one pretty major fault with it. The main fault with the TT being this. The steering rack on the TT, unfortunately, is absolutely had it. It's perished, it's gone, it's finito. But unfortunately, it needs a new electric steering rack. Now, I have ordered one, like I said, 160 quid, which is en route. There are multiple other small little issues we need to get sorted. First one being the windscreen. Now, if you can see from the outside, that windscreen, it's got all this condensation, but the outside of it is completely dry, and that's because all of this condensation is on the inside. It's all here. The water is getting in the car from up here. When we clean the car in the last video, if you watch the last video when we cleaned the car, I actually noticed after we finished up the video that I come back and I put my hand up here and it was soaking wet. And there was actually water all over the dashboard. So clearly the seal around the windscreen, which will go around here, Normally it's the glue, like when you get a new screen fitted, they glue it in. Something's obviously happened with that glue to leak water. So the first thing we're going to do today, everyone, is put some sort of silicone around the windscreen and try and get that sealed up. Let's see what I've got in the garage. I found the ultimate stuff lying around. I've actually got 2 tubes of Tiger Seal lying around in my workshop, which is mint. Now I know you're supposed to use proper glass glue, windscreen glue, but I don't have that lying around in the garage. I'm going to use Tiger Seal. I'm not being funny, but all these huge car manufacturers, they hold all their body wing deflectors, all their trims and splitters on is all held on with this stuff. I'm not being funny. If you can have a splitter on a Rolls Royce being held down with all that downforce with a bit of Tiger Seal, I'm sure my little windscreen on my TT is going to be absolutely fine. So what the plan is I've got the car running in a minute just to get it up to 10, make sure it's all right. What I'm going to do, I've never done this before either, by the way. I'm going to just mask off down here, and I'm just going to get a bead of Tiger Seal all the way around this little lip. Probably go to about here, to about 3/4 of the way over there. Or maybe I'll do the whole length, I'm not too sure yet. I just basically want to make sure that it's completely sealed up, and yeah, go from there. As I was masking up the windscreen, I went to go get the Tiger Seal. I actually realised the Tiger Seal colour I had was white, and I didn't want to bother trying to fit that, so I found the next best thing. Right, I actually have got some genuine V-dub sealer. So it's all a silicone-based sealing product at the end of the day, which is all I need, and it's pretty much all that windscreen glue is. It's not going to be far off the same type of stuff. So. Oh my god, my hand. It needs to go in the hole.
Well, once you've done that, you can just run your finger along it and seal it all.
Do you reckon? Yeah. Alright. So stiff. That's what she said. Oh my god, this is like...
Look at that bead though, mate, some bead.
Some say it's got the same bead as an Akari shampoo does with the wax inside it. Oh my god. Look at my hand. Oh.
Have himself in.
Leon's in. Oh my god, look.
Gosh, she's bloody stiff to be fair, isn't it?
Got the two-handed method. Yeah, it's two-handed strat is the one, mate. God no. Oh, look at him go there. He's got some momentum on him.
God, I'm giving it everything.
It's hard, isn't it?
Oh my god.
It's so hard.
Got to be another way to do this.
It's bad, isn't it? V-Dub needs to redesign this little thing. It's awful, isn't it? You need like a mini gun.
You actually do.
You actually need like a mini gun. To be fair, I don't really know anyone that uses these by hand. It's
What
like
are they meant to do? They got a machine for it.
Yeah, V-Dub genuine machine. It wouldn't surprise me, to be fair.
Special tool 1681.
Right, let's
There we go.
nice coffee. Right, I reckon that might be all right. We're going in for round 2 with no masking tape.
Gone in for no protection.
We've gone in with no protection.
Oh, the
my
paint.
god,
Bloody hell,
the paint is gone. We're going in with no protection right now because where I put the masking tape on, when you pulled it off, there's like a little gap. So to get it fully filled, we are going to have to go in raw, no protection. I reckon it should be mint. I'll catch up with an update. I'll update you guys in 2 sets. All right, I've gone over, cleaned it all up, and as you can see, it's come out pretty mint. I mean, from here, you wouldn't even notice. You can kind of see, but barely notice it. I reckon that is job number 1 ticked off. That's perfect. I'm all being well, hopefully that will stop the leak. The next fix, I'm going to quickly turn the hazards on so we can clearly see. The next issue is hazard light switch is in here. So if I shut the door, you'll see that that one's working, that one's working, that one's just about doing something. They're working. That's working, but it's not working. So, fix I've bought is an eBay special of new indicators for the wing mirrors, because a standard new one from Volkswagen, from TPS or from a dealership is like 40 quid plus VAT for one. Or on eBay, you can get these LED ones which have that strobe light moving effect for 18 quid for a pair, and it even comes with tools of it as well, so can't really moan about that. Now, I've never done one of these before. As far as I'm aware, you have to pop the glass off here and then you can basically access the bolts on the inside for that and get it off. So I've got to get this glass off the inside of here. Now, it's going to be quite techie
because all I've got is a plastic trim removal tool. These glasses basically are like clipped on, so you've got to be quite careful, because if you do it in a weak point, the glass could just shatter. And if this hasn't come off in ages, that it could be really stuck on. So I'm going to try my best to get it off, and we'll see what happens. I'm probably going to go from this corner.
Oh.
Oh.
Done.
Oh. What's that? Oh. Well, you learn the hard way, don't you?
Oh. That didn't take much.
That didn't take anything, did it? Oh, it's literally just going to go bang any minute. I'm just going to get a glass shard in my eye.
Hang on a minute, mate. I think I saw something earlier. Aha. Here you go, mate.
Oh, perfect. Shit, all right.
You can go ham now, mate. You're all safe.
Watch this then. Oh, why does it just come out perfectly?
It's because you got your glasses on.
Oh my god. Look at that.
Got the right number on that.
What the hell? No, you've got to be careful with these, because if you mix the wires up, they won't work. Although, I don't think that's working for a long time anyway, but let's see if we can... Oh,
Someone's been in there, I think. Nah, they're not.
I thought that was glue then.
That's a spider egg nest,
nice.
mate.
Love that. Right, let's applicate. Let's see if they come off now. Oh, God's liquid. Oh, she's off. Sick.
Alright.
Going at it.
Go.
So I think you've got, 1, 2, 3 to get this main unit out. I might have to undo that one in the inside there. I think the whole body's got to come off, but I might start just going at these little ones around the edge. See what happens. I've never done one of these before, so it's kind of just looking at a bolt and undoing it and seeing where we get to. See, that's like
She's moving.
the one little Allen key bolt in the inner, going completely around. It's in there. You can't quite see it. Can you see that in there? It's basically gone completely round. So because of that, I think we're gonna have to just drill it out. It's not the end of the world if I don't replace it. I can always replace it at a later date, but to drill it out just to get it out, it's probably what I'm gonna have to do. So let's get the drill out. This drill bit is way too big. I think I'm just gonna absolutely muller the head of the bolt off and then get this out and then probably just forget about it and glue it. I actually can't see anything with this. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty much gone. I very quickly just got Otis up in the technical bulletins, obviously know how to replace these. And Otis in the technical bulletin just said you've got to move this outwards, like so, look, and then you can get access to this extra bolt.
Mate, I'd take that extension off because you're at some angle. Oh, she's loose.
Look, mate, I'm not a Skoda, Volkswagen and Audi Master Tech or nothing on this channel, so just smash it against the paintwork as well while I'm at it. Right, so yeah, just check the technical bulletin, and Vagcom basically just says, get your drill and just hit it really hard. So if you just whack it, it just comes straight off, basically. Now we've got that off, we have access to obviously the innards of the motorised vehicle. So what we're gonna do is disconnect all the wiring plugs and probably just take this puppy out, I think, and we'll just do it on the side. So Leon's getting active right now, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, you've got to get this tiny little plug connector out right from the back, and you can't really get your fingers on it. So after these electrical connectors are off, you can literally take the whole thing out. So we're nearly. Oh, look
A bit of corrosion in there. This could have been our issue.
Well, we got the eBay ones anyway now, haven't we? So
This is exciting, isn't it?
this is exciting.
How's she looking?
God, now.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, there's no price on quality. That is top notch.
That is a mod. Right, we're gonna put everything back to how you've just seen. So we set the tripod up, and then I've got to do the same on the other side because you can't have odd. That's gonna be dodgy. And then we'll move on to the last and final mod of the day. So insert time lapse. Up until this point in the day, everything had gone fairly smoothly, but it actually turns out putting these things back together are the worst thing of all time, and they are so fiddly, and it took us ages. If you have enjoyed this video and you are really keen to see what we get up to with this TT and you want to follow the build, then please make sure you smack that subscribe button. It turns out you actually had to take the whole unit off to remove the indicator fully from the unit, which is what I done. Now, whilst I was doing that, I decided to start on the other side as well to get a bit of a head start so we can get both of them on the go at the same time before it started to get too dark.
So, it's been a nightmare putting these back together. They're so fiddly, and you have to put everything back together as you took it apart, like in sequence, otherwise it all just goes out the window. Where I had to drill that bolt out, it kind of means that the wing mirrors aren't obviously bolted to the car really anymore. It's sturdy, like it's not coming off, but if you were to bend it in like that, it goes in fine, but when you then have to pop it out, it comes off, it like unhooks itself. Basically, you just can't fold the wing mirrors in at the minute. I'm gonna have to do something about that, obviously. It needs a new bolt. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Bolting this one back together, get it done. Then unfortunately, there's not much light left. I did actually have one more mod that I really wanted to do this evening. There's no light, getting dark, but we'll see. I'll see what the time is when we get this done. And after long last, they're both back on. That actually turned out to be way more of a pain, put them back together. Let's give you a quick little showdown of what they look like. The next issue I was going to try fix the additional brake light, but the sun is setting and there's an air leak on the Fabia that I do really need to sort. That does take priority over the additional brake light. So for the TT for today's video, we are going to end it there, but I am going to show you guys what I've got to very quickly do with the Fab, and we're going to get that sorted because that is the additional brake light. You can be on the road without an additional brake light working. It's not an MOT failure either, whereas the indicator is an MOT failure and you do have to get that fixed and you can get pulled over for that. So that's why it took priority. Really annoying that I smashed the glass, but not the end of the world. So I'm going to quickly tidy away and then we're going to jack the Fabia up and I'm going to show you guys what problem I've now got with the Fab. Go. The Fab has got an air leak coming from... Fab's got an air leak coming from this little connector down here. I've had grief from these before. If you know about airlines and air suspension, the connectors they have with them are just so... They're just naff, they don't work. So I've got to jack the car up. I might take the wheel off. I'll show you the connector that's leaking and see if we can get it sorted, because it is causing me a pain in the ass.
I'll find out in a minute. It's never fallen off a jack before, has it, mate? It's already in the air. What the hell? Yeah, look at that. She's already out. I didn't realise that air has no sag when it's aired out. I thought it would just be like completely floppy, basically.
I think it does a little bit.
But eventually...
No, I'm not going to take the wheel off, actually. I've decided. Right, let's show the viewers what's going on. If we make our way under the lovely Skoda, as you can see here, this is the airline, and this connector here, it's like a push fit and they leak here. So if I pull that blue bit in, airline should come out like that. And the wheel comes down, all the pressure's come out. It's now out. I need to replace this. I have got a new one. So you've got to get a socket on that, banner on that, undo it. I do ideally need to put a new airline on because it's getting quite short and quite tight, but let's undo this. So I've made a massive mistake. The old one that has come off the car, this one, I've gone to replace with my new one that I've bought, and I bought the wrong size. I pretty much have only one option because that thread size is completely different. I can see the one I've bought is way too small, not good. So I'm gonna have to clean this old one up and put it back on and just hope it stops leaking somehow, I don't know. So I'm gonna brake cleaner it up, make it brand new, mint, see if it'll fix it. So I'm gonna refit this and we're gonna hope it holds air. If you wanna help me hold air, please press the subscribe button. Only one more bit we need to get done before the steering rack goes in. If you're not familiar with what's going on with the TT at the minute, I've bought the cheapest TT in the country. It only cost me 700 quid, and it needs a whole new electric steering rack and a whole plethora of other stuff going on with it. So if you are keen, smack that subscribe button. We're gonna get straight into the first bit on this video. The next issue of the car that we got to sort is to do with this rear end. Let me show you. So as you saw, this lovely additional rear brake light does not work. Now it's an LED unit. All being well, a new one should just plug straight in and it should fix it. So I have got, voila, a brand new additional rear brake light. It is held in with just a couple of bolts, a couple of clips. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Step one, we've got to take this panel off. Right, there's two bolts that go in here that need to come out. I believe they're T20s, so they're pretty small. Let's get them out. The next step requires the special eBay tool that we found last week. Get this off. So let's see how we do. She's in there. There we go. This step looks quite scary. Now, from what I've seen online is that just yank it until it comes off, so let's try it. One interior trim piece removed. So we're now greeted with the inside of a Mark II TT's boot, Barty. In here, in these holes, you can kind of see, in there's a nut. Now, if you look in this one, you see it's got a black bit. It's meant to have that. That's the nut that holds it on, but that one is already missing. So maybe, potentially, someone might have already been in here before, but I'm gonna get this nut off here. There's an electrical connector just up in here that I can get to as well, and we're gonna see if we can pry it out. I believe these are adhesived in with some Mansouri glue, so we're gonna see how we can get them out. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe someone done this before and dropped it in there, because it's quite like a fiddly thing. It's like a plastic nut, bit of a weird one, but just about managed. It's a bit of a fiddle, but get the electrical connector plug. It's one of them tiny little annoying ones, really fiddly. Got that out. So technically now there's nothing actually holding this light in apart from the adhesive around there. So I'm gonna work around it with the tool and get it out. I don't want to break it, but I've got a bad feeling that it probably is going to break because it's glass. We all saw what happened the last time I used this tool with some glass, so. Oh. So as you can see, old light is removed with a bit of force and a bit of braking. I'm just going to try clean this up basically, because with the new adhesive, we don't want it wet, we don't want old stuff, you want it bone dry. The new adhesive can stick to around the edge, so let's clean this up.
Now, if you haven't already, now would be an absolutely amazing time to smash that subscribe button and turn on that notifications bell.
See, I've managed to get not all of the residue off, but quite a lot of the residue off. That should be enough residue for the new stuff to stick on it. It's only a little bit. You can never always get that stuff completely off, or you'll spend hours on it. But what I am going to do is get the new light, and we're going to plug it in to the plug and just make sure the new light works. So come on, I've got the new light. We're going to plug it in just to make sure it works, because obviously that would be a bummer if it didn't. So I'm literally just going to plug it in like that. Ella, you hold that, and let's see if it actually turns on. Is it working?
No.
Is it not?
No.
Seriously? So as you can see, brakes are working, but this isn't. If I push that plug in, let it off, in, off, look, the connector on the plug, it's got movement, and when I press it in, plug connector's faulty. That might have actually been the problem in the first place with the old one. What a nightmare. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that plug connector on properly, and then we're gonna go from there. So as you've seen, the plug doesn't sit in there properly, which is actually causing like an intermittent issue for the brake light not to work, which is really annoying. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fit this new one, you can get to the plug from the inside, and I'm just going to see if I can really push it on, and maybe it wasn't clipping on properly. But yeah, we're going to get this one now fitted back on. It's pretty straightforward. As you can see, I've cleaned the surface up with brake cleaner. You've got this new tape, so you're going to quickly take the tape off. Ta-da! It should all line up like so. It should, as far as I can see. There's a clip in the middle which goes like that, and then everything else should kind of go down together, I hope. Right, I just messed around trying to fit this light for ages, because what I was noticing is that the spoiler was kind of getting in the way around this top edge. So I was trying to put the spoiler up, but now all of a sudden the spoiler doesn't work. Of course, classic. So I've got the light unit in now. I'm just going to make sure it really presses in and sits in quite nicely. Put the nut on and then plug it in, and we're going to see if we can fix that electrical plug. Maybe glue it in or something, just make sure it stays in. So I've just fitted the light unit in. As you can see, this side is nice and flush, whereas this side is sticking out a bit. And that's because that side's got that proper nut that I was showing you, and this one didn't, but I've just found a nut in the garage that fits on. So I've got a nice little double washer setup going on there, which is lovely. The light is still not sitting quite 100% flush, if you guys can see there. But with that tape, the tape stuck down, I think it's going to be watertight. Plug the electrical connector back on, and unfortunately, because it's got that issue with the plug doesn't sit on correctly, it's not quite getting the right connection for the light to work. So what I'm going to do at a later date, I'm going to put it all back together now, and at a later date, I'm going to get some super glue and just glue the plug on so it sits on properly and tight. But for now, the new light's in. I know what the problem is, so we can always come back at a later date and glue it all back together. But for now, we're going to box it all up and come back to it later. What a pain in the arse. The whole problem could have just been that electrical plug, not even the light unit. I probably should have checked that before, but you know, it is what it is. But at least we get to do one satisfactory thing before we end this video, and that is take the film off. Oh, it's like getting a new phone, isn't it? Oh, it's lovely. And it looks nice, so there you go. Right, today is the big day. Welcome back. We've got the TT and we have got a 2-post ramp, as we can see. And today is the day we are gonna do the electric steering rack on the TT. It's the big job. If you haven't been following the series, I bought this car for £700. It's the UK's cheapest Mark II TT. And yeah, it's got an electric power steering for, as well as various other fixes that we've been doing along the way. But today we're doing the main job. Without further ado, we're going to get the car in the air and take a little look underneath, because I think there's some suspicions of some rust. First walkthrough underneath the TT. Engine-wise, it's a bit oily, as we can see. Apart from that, there's a bit of oil around the boost pipe. Everything else seems okay. If we move back down, very easy access to my catalytic converters, so at some point, may get rid of that. But working our way back, unfortunately, when you get to the rear, it does start getting quite crusty, as we can see, which is not ideal, but we're going to give it a bit of a poke test. Now, I've had a few people messaging me in comments saying the offside rear corner looked really low, and I was thinking, I'm not surprised if maybe a spring snapped, or I don't know, something's gone wrong. And I think as it becomes apparent, the rear spring, I think it's just left the chat. So rear spring's left the chat, but we're just basically going to check that all this rust hasn't got any holes and that it's fairly structurally safe.
It's just not coming out good, is it?
Yeah, but it's all solid, isn't it?
You'd have to use a rust remover to get all that.
Rusty. I think it's all solid though. So we've established that it's all solid. I've just poked everything. There's no holes, which is good. So I think it just needs a lot of due care and attention, this car, mate, because I think if any other mechanics saw this car, they'd give it 6 points and a fine, so it's quite bad.
Do excuse the blurry camera, but at this point my good friend Jack and Charlie both arrived at the same time to give us a hand, taking the wheels off, and Jack is also plugging his computer in to try and see if we can extract the original coding from the original rack in case we need to apply it to the new one.
Anyone got a light? Anyone got a lighter, bruv? Phillips to undo the thing, so Phillips.
And he wanted me to do all sorts of things. He wanted me to like turn on his like closed subwoofer that he retrofitted.
Footwell trim is out. We've got to disconnect the steering column from the UJ. I'll show you that now. So in here we've got the pedals. I've just taken this trim off that goes round the back. Took that bolt off and there's one bolt up there. So back here, if you move that, this is what you call the steering UJ. So this is the steering column, goes up to your steering wheel, and that's where it joins it. Now this bolt here is what I've now got to undo. So I'm going to turn the steering wheel to get access, undo that, and slide the steering column off. And then I don't need to be in this horrible position anymore. We can go under the car. We've disconnected the steering column from the rack now, from inside the car. It's a bit of a pain, so you've got to like squeeze in at an awful angle, as you saw. So the car's now going to go back up in the air, and then yeah, we're going to start doing the process of removing the rack. So let's have a look at the new steering rack. I haven't actually fully opened it yet. In here, I've opened these because this was the main thing I was kind of concerned about. And this is because it has come with all new track rods, and I was quite worried because the old ones are pretty mashed up. So these, they haven't cut the boots, the clips are all intact, and the joints look pretty good knit. So I'm happy with that. So they can get put to one side, but the main worry is the rack. Because as I've said, I bought this from Lithuania, and in Lithuania the cars are not right-hand drive, they're left-hand drive. Part number matches up to a UK spec right-hand drive, and the listing said right-hand drive, but we all know about people on eBay, they lie.
I think it's a steering rack.
I would reckon that's probably on the right hand of the vehicle, pointing up towards the car. What do you reckon? I reckon that's pretty good.
Soon find out.
We'll soon find out. Let's get it off. Charlie's getting involved. Gunning stuff straight off. Oh, well done, mate. Yeah, we'll just snap them off quick. Let's get them snapped off.
Beautiful.
Done.
Rather than...
Oh.
That's been changed. That ain't a 15 no more.
This side ain't a 15 anymore.
No, these...
17? Is that a ball joint then, isn't it? Straight in with the gun on the rusty bolts.
I decided to just get some WD-40 on all the bolts I know we're going to be removing shortly, and then the rest of the team are knocking the ball joints loose and getting the track rod ends loose.
One is loose and out, track rod end. This one though is not playing ball, so we get that in there. So Chaz is getting active. Oh, there she goes. That's a bit
We'll just gun it back up and
Yeah.
never change it again.
right, they're out. Ball joints are out. Next thing is probably drop links. Yeah, these are going to be a pain. If you know old drop links, you worked on a car before, normally you can't get them off and they're seized on. We're going to try our best to gun it off, or you've got to cut them. I don't want to cut them because I haven't got spare ones, so I think we're just going to try go out with a gun. I've always had a good track record with just gunning drop links off, so let's give that a go.
As suspected, they didn't come loose, so we had Jack with the mold grips and Charlie with the gun, and luckily, with pinching it up like that, they managed to work their way loose.
So we've pretty much...
216 to 118.
You remember?
Silence on set.
Silent! We've undone 3 ball joints here off the hub. We've undone the drop links. 3 ball joints? We have 3 ball joints. Undone the drop links. We've undone the dog bone. We're taking the exhaust hanger off because that bolts to the subframe. There's nothing at all holding the subframe to the car apart from the 4 main subframe bolts. So we're going to work our way from the edges. They've got one here, one here, one here, one there. So we're going to start working it down. What you want to do...
And one in there.
Oh yeah, 2 in there as well. What we're going to do, I think, is lower them down probably about halfway so the subframe drops a bit, and then you can get access to the top where there's a heat shield that you've got to undo, and then remove some of the wiring loom, and there's a little 10mm bolt for a wiring loom. Once that's all done, we can just drop the complete subframe. So we've got all these bolts are now dropped a little bit. So we're going to start lowering this down. Then we're not going to drop it all the way. Like I said, you've got to lower it a bit to get access to the wiring loom on the top. So let's start lowering it and see what happens. Yeah, she's going. Yeah, she's going. Oh, yeah. Quick.
Get that there. Getting in on this CV boot.
Is it ruined?
Yeah, just no clip.
There's no clip on it.
Same as mine.
Yeah.
Same as mine.
Right. You're 11. Right, there is
Where's the thingy?
some bolts on here, look. We need.
There is some bugs.
I'm not sure you need to take that off.
Yeah, I was told you did. You got to unplug
Really
that.
horrible actor.
It doesn't plug in the rack, does it? There. Because there's no plug
I think
in
it's the
rack.
gearbox loom or something. Charlie, what we running up front, mate? What have we got?
Well, we all have a budget tyre brand. We got Power Track in one corner, all right?
Power Track.
Power Track in the other?
Power Track on one side.
Just a Ginu on this one.
A Ginu? What is a Ginu and a Power Track? That's made for burnouts, I reckon. The Power Track and Ginu.
Been running on a tight budget.
Does it get better? What have we got over here?
We've got decent time.
What have we got?
No, that's upside down, mate. Oh, shit. That's a sailman.
A what?
A sailman?
We got a sailman, and what have we got over this side then? A Kumo. Oh, right, that's all right. So at least I've got one good tyre on my car. I mean, you don't need matched tyres anyway. I heard.
Does the most grip.
Sure, this is in a happy place.
Yeah. Don't
Is
plug
that, I don't
too
think that's
much,
very
'cause you'll
happy.
lift off. Yeah. Good going. One more.
Ooh, all right. Right, subframe's coming off. We're taking the bolts.
These are
Out.
different for each one, so make sure you know.
Okay, right, hang on. Let's.
Stab them in a bit
I'm
of
gonna put
cardboard.
them
Lay
in.
them out on the floor
Lay 'em
as
out
they
on the
come
floor.
off.
Cardboard.
Jazz, where's that one? Is that an out one here?
Yeah. I'll do the other inner. Can someone attend the jack, just in case? Just be there, just in case. Don't worry, it's only my head underneath.
Gently and then
We
we
need a
Do you want
man
the pry
attending these. I think.
This is all catching on it.
Yeah, I know.
Front.
Yep.
It's gonna fucking ping boing.
It's gonna snap. It's gonna kill someone. On a light. It's fucking taller than you.
Do you want a light, mate?
Join the light and it brings the industrial ceiling light.
Industrial ceiling.
This ain't gonna go well, is it?
Should we?
Do you want me to do?
Do we do something about that? Like, look at that. It's on the edge.
Yeah, we got 4 big men right, to hold it.
We're gonna get this. You're just gonna have us holding it.
I wasn't even gonna get this. I was gonna get
Told his
this.
master.
I can't wait for the in brackets of the title, Gone to Hospital.
Oh yeah.
Still one.
Right.
What are you achieving by doing
Yeah, you're just pulling it down. You're not actually moving anything on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
that? Yeah, basically just...
How are you gonna get this back in?
Well, all right. Yeah. Lower it down. Lower it down.
Careful, hang on.
Yeah. What's this now?
The rack's not supported back in.
All right. What about the plug?
Charlie, hang on.
Plug.
Whoa. We're coming down. You ready?
Yep.
Oh, is there a plug one?
Yeah,
there
plug.
still?
Yeah, this one here. In fact,
Alright.
we can get it at much easier.
Is that the same one as this?
Hang on.
Hang on, I'll
get the
do
plug.
the plug. You lot hold the flag.
You lot, just Harry.
What's going on with the rack? Is it coming down with it?
The
Yeah.
rack has got some wiring I need to unclip, but it was going to come down.
There's still wiring into the rack. Well, subframe's
Keep
out.
going. It's only there. We've got a lot of slack. We can keep going down. Want me
Yeah?
to keep going down?
Yeah. To be fair, we got. Yeah, let's say we've got plenty of slack.
There she goes.
Look at this. Mark II TT steering rack. It's my baby.
Don't do that. No, we're just ignoring the fact that the subframe's balancing.
It's not that heavy though, is it?
No, it's actually not. Oh, that felt good. Give me something. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. It's going somewhere.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah! Right! Give me that. I want it.
Go and hold it.
I want it.
It's off balance, I hold it.
Right.
Careful.
Right, go! Yeah, they look identical, really. Where's the part number?
Here.
I think the 8J. Yeah.
No. Is it?
Identical. See, this one's got the trap rods. Got to put the trap rods on this one and then chuck it back in the car. But yeah, this is 1TT. Gutless right now. Subframe on the floor. So this part number is 8 Juliet 2 423015D, which was the very first part number they made. And then this one is 8 Juliet 2 43051E, which is a super session. So these are both good part numbers.
So it should be a better one.
So it should be a better one because it's a newer model. So we're going to build it up now with new trap rods. Should be. Build it up now with new trap rods. Get the trap rod ends roughly the same as the one that's come off. And all back together.
Yeah, boy.
Too big. Whoa.
High risk.
Right, so we've got to clear these. So we have to tip it back. So what I did first of all was I put the service manager jack in.
Service manager. Audi Master Set England.
Oh, that's ballsy.
What
You
now?
gonna plug it in already?
So before we start putting it back in the car, while it's down, we need to get the wiring loom all connected back in. So we plug it in and reattach it to the subframe in its secure clipping locations. So we are getting the subframe back in now. I think the plan is to hold it up like this now, get the steering rack and then hold the steering rack up. Like basically the way we took it out is put it back up. Decided we're not. We're going to attach the rack to the subframe and then try and get it all up in one. Obviously when we took it out, we separated them, but we're going to put it all back in one because it's going to be such a... Subframe is now back kind of where it wants to be. The main concern is these beams, trying to get it back on the beams, but with a pry bar, a bit of patience and a bit of aggression, we've got them on. We've now just got to be really careful with realigning it all, rebolting it up, but it's looking pretty promising. Oh.
The Harry Roberts YouTube budget was a bit low, so we had to make a tour from the scrapyard.
Line this. Always remember to torque your bolts after. We're doing it off camera.
What are your torque spec ratings, mate? What do you normally rate subframe bolts to?
That.
About that?
Just
nice, mate. I like that. It's a good torque spec. So now the subframe is all bolted back in. We just need to go around and do the outer ball joints, the track rods and the drop links, making sure everything is fully connected and all ready to go. If you watch up until this point and you still haven't pressed that subscribe button, then what are you doing? You must be enjoying this video. So please join the club, smash the subscribe button because we've got plenty more videos coming and you should watch the previous videos from this to get up to date with everything that we're up to at the minute. You've got everything done up now. All the ball joints are done, drop links are done. We had a problem with this nut on this track rod here. The original nut wouldn't go back on, so we've had to use a fine one, and it's not going that tight, so we're gonna have to change that at some point. But apart from that, everything else is literally ready to go. So we're gonna chuck the wheels on, connect it up at the steering column, give it a go. So we've done the job. Tom, who's now filming, is behind the camera. He's just connected the UJ back up, like the column and the thing. To get the splines all aligned, it was right pain. This is it. This is the final bit. So technically speaking, I'm going to turn the engine on and turn the wheel, and that horrible noise is going to go away. So this is it right now. All day we've been doing this. Over £1,000 spent. If it doesn't work, I'm going to shoot myself. I'll be ready. Is it working?
Yeah.
Oh, have that! No noise. Steering wheel lights on. Oh no, it's gone. It's got reached. Is it? mate, it's gone like really light. Is it still spinning?
Yeah.
It went really stiff and then really light. It was like really stiff and now it's gone really light.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Alright, so Jay, you like my new motor?
Yes, very nice.
I had to cut the video off short last night because it was late at night. We got the job done. There was only a minor setback with the snap spring, the track rod end with the little nut, but I can get a new track rod end, I can get a new nut, and I can certainly get a new set of rear springs. So apart from that, TT is now done. Absolute blessing. It drove so nice on the way back. It was amazing. Electric power steering felt absolutely smashing. The job is done. You need to smack that subscribe button to follow along, because that is not going to be the end of the road for the TT, and I've got plenty more videos coming on the Fabia. So if you did enjoy this video and you have been enjoying this series, then please smash that subscribe button, smack that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.